Hey guys, so another video here talking about something that may or may not be of interest to you, but I think it was pretty important to me, so I thought I'd share with you. I was not aware, but since December of 2017, Subaru of America has been battling a lawsuit regarding engine failure. Get all your puns out of the way. I know, everybody's like, Subaru's engines suck and the EJ is prone to failure and it blows up and all that. And anyway, long story short, a lawsuit was garnered against Subaru of America regarding the EJ series motors, the 255 and the 257 for the 2012 to 2017 model year WRX and WRX STIs. It does not apply to the FA20 motor, just the EJ25 variants. And the lawsuit alleged that the oiling system malfunctioned such that normal wear and tear of the engine, i.e. bearings material, well, primarily just bearing material, would recirculate through the oiling system and cause premature engine failure related to bearing failures, rod failures, things of that nature. So anyway, long story short, Subaru 3 days ago, it was actually announced by torquenews.com, at least that's where I read the story. I don't know if they were the original ones to break the story, but it was announced that Subaru of America had settled that lawsuit, which is very interesting for those of you that own a 2012 to 2017 STI. The manufacturer coding on the vehicle, the VIN number, I think it's the VIN number, but anyway, if your vehicle was manufactured between a certain time in 2012 and a certain time in 2016, November of 2016, I do believe, then Subaru of America is extending your warranty pending, now this is just a preliminary result, this is not the final result, but pending a final judgment by the judge. Subaru of America will be extending your warranty to 8 years and 100,000 miles on your EJ25 motor for qualified repairs related to this engine failure, or the symptoms of these engine failures, or the oiling pickup system or whatever. Now, I will say one thing, I don't think this applies to modified engines. So, you know, if you have modified your engine, then you take a risk when you do that anyway, and you're probably on your own. But for those of you that have incurred these damages or are worried about these damages for stock engines, now it's particularly important to me because I have a stock 2017 STI that I plan to modify. But for those of you that have stock engines, it does apply to you. Now, Subaru of America at least is owning up to the fact that, hey, this was a mistake on our part. We did not inform our consumers of this possible failure. We continued to throw cars out there. And quite frankly, for 5 model years, that's a really long time, but at least now they're owning up to it. They are also going back, and if you had a 2012 through 2017 WRX or WRX STI that ended up having to have an engine rebuild because of one of these failures, they are reimbursing you 100% of your out-of-pocket costs if it was not covered at the dealership. Now, I think what you have to do is you have to show proof of repair, and they are also, if you did not get preferred value or trade-in, a good trade-in value for your vehicle that you thought you should have gotten because it had a replaced motor, or maybe you went to trade it in and they said, you know, we'll replace the motor, but we're knocking down your trade-in price, you know, so much or whatever. Subaru of America is planning on reimbursing you a certain prorated amount of the repairs if you can prove that the repairs were done at a Subaru dealership and that were related to this engine failure or failure similar to this. So at least Subaru is owning up to it. It is kind of worrisome because I do have a 17 STI that, from what I understand, will be covered. The preliminary results may not be released until sometime in 2019, so we may have to wait a little, or the final results, I'm sorry, may not be released until sometime in 2019, so we may have to wait a little bit for the judge to, you know, render a judgment. But from what I understand, any consumer, so any person that owns one of these vehicles, and it's just, let me be clear, it's just the EJ255, the EJ257, the high performance WRX and WRX STI models that are included in this problem. From what I understand, if you had a Forester XT that had the 2.5 motor in it, it did not apply to this lawsuit. I don't know if there was something different they did with the oiling system in those cars as opposed to the WRX. But anyway, long story short, kind of some surprising news that, you know, this, I didn't know about it, and I'm sure there are a lot of other Subaru owners that did not know that this lawsuit's been going on for the last 8-9 months. But Subaru did finally settle, and it looks like we might get an extended warranty at no charge to us. So if you are an owner of one of those vehicles and you have registered it with Subaru of America and let them know, like, hey, I own this car, this van, or whatever, then please do anticipate getting some sort of letter in the mail or something in the mail that indicates that you have an extended warranty at this point in time. So if you're looking for maybe a 2014 hatch with low miles, WRX or STI, and the warranty might be getting out there or a little long in the tooth, then you might be able now to go pick one up, and you have an 8-year, 100,000-mile warranty, which is a pretty good deal. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I thought I'd share this little bit of information with you.